Imagine this. You leave your boyhood club. You reject $700 million to stay. You walk away from everything you built to join the greatest club in the history of football. 70,000 fans packed the Bernabeu just to see you arrive. The whole world says, this is the player who will make Real Madrid unstoppable. And then, you become a meme. Not just any meme, a dictator meme. Welcome back to Elite's Power. And today, we are going to tell you the story of how Kylian Mbappe went from the most exciting player on the planet to the most ridiculed superstar in world football. Let's take it back to the summer of 2024. Kylian Mbappe is 25 years old. He is at the absolute peak of his powers. 6 straight seasons at PSG, scoring 30, 35, sometimes 40 goals a season. The man was basically playing a different sport to everyone else. And then the announcement comes. Free agent, Real Madrid, done deal. This wasn't just a transfer, this was a coronation. The football world stopped. People weren't asking if Real Madrid would dominate. They were asking by how much. Think about it. You already had Vinicius Jr., one of the most dangerous players alive. Bellingham, the midfield genius. Rodrigo, Valverde, Modric, legends. And now you add Mbappe on top of that? The media called it unfair. Fans called it a cheat code. Even Barcelona fans were scared. I know you remember this moment. The excitement was unreal. But here's what nobody was telling you behind all that noise. The storm was already coming. It started quietly. A missed chance here, an offside there. But then came the moment that changed everything. El Clasico. Real Madrid versus Barcelona. The biggest game in club football. And Kylian Mbappe, the man Real Madrid paid their entire transfer budget reputation on, was flagged offside 8 times in a single match. 8 times. A league record. Barcelona didn't just beat Real Madrid, they humiliated them 4-0. And Mbappe? He looked like a player who had never seen a football before. The internet went crazy. Memes, videos, compilations. Everyone was asking the same question. What is wrong with this man? But it wasn't just the offside record. Stats showed that Mbappe and Vinicius were running less distance per game than almost every other attacking forward in La Liga, basically walking while their teammates fought for the ball. His shot conversion, which at PSG was one of the best in Europe, collapsed. At his worst, he was shooting 25 times to score 1 goal, 25 shots, and the pressure started building like a volcano. Now listen, because this is where it gets crazy. You know the dictator meme, right? If you've been on TikTok or Twitter in the last few months, you've seen it. Mbappe edited as Mao Zedong, Mbappe as Kim Jong-un, Mbappe holding press conferences in military uniforms. But where did this actually come from? It started building because of how Mbappe handled criticism. Every time someone questioned him, journalists, pundits, even fans, there was this feeling that he was trying to silence them, control the narrative, make things go his way. But the moment the meme exploded, Real Madrid sacked Xabi Alonso. Yes, that Xabi Alonso, the man who just won the Bundesliga with Leverkusen without losing a single game. One of the most exciting young managers in world football, and Real Madrid fired him. And the rumor that spread everywhere, that Mbappe had refused to give Barcelona a guard of honor after losing the Super Cup final, and the tension from that moment eventually contributed to Alonso's exit. Now look, we don't know if that's 100% true, but when you are a player at a club and the head coach gets fired and your name is somehow involved, the court of public opinion has already made its decision. Kylian Mbappe, dictator of the Bernabeu. And our community, I need you in the comments right now. Did Mbappe get Alonso sacked? Tell me what you think. But if you thought the dictator meme was bad, nothing could prepare Mbappe for what PSG did next. Let me paint you the picture. Mbappe spent years at PSG trying to win the Champions League. It was the one trophy that escaped him, the one that was supposed to be his motivation for leaving. He wanted to go to Real Madrid, the Champions League kings, and finally win it. So what does PSG do the year he leaves? They win the Champions League. Without him, the club he abandoned, the fans he walked away from, the teammates he left behind, champions of Europe. And if that wasn't enough, they then face Real Madrid in the Club World Cup and destroy them 4-0. Mbappe watching from the pitch as his old club, the team he rejected, knocked out his new team. The internet didn't just laugh, it feasted. One tweet said it perfectly. Since Mbappe left PSG, they won the trophy he couldn't win while he was there, and then knocked his new club out of the tournament. 2 years, 2 humiliations. 1 man watching helplessly. This is the stuff of football tragedy. Now let's talk cold hard facts. Because sometimes the numbers tell a story that no meme can. Real Madrid in 2024. Champions League winners. La Liga winners. The best team on the planet. Real Madrid with Mbappé. No La Liga. No Champions League. No Copa del Rey. Knocked out by Arsenal in the quarters. Eliminated by PSG in the Club World Cup. Lost 4 El Clasicos. The only trophies? The UEFA Super Cup. The Intercontinental Cup. Both in 2024. Meanwhile, Barcelona, who everyone said were finished, won La Liga, won the Copa del Rey, won the Super Cup, made a 17-year-old kid named Lamine Yamal look like the second coming of Messi. And here's the part that really stings for Madrid fans. Before Mbappé arrived, Ancelotti had just delivered a historic double. The squad was perfect, balanced, lethal. Then Mbappé came, and somehow the team got worse. Was it his fault? Was it injuries? Was it tactics? The answer is complicated, but the result is simple. Real Madrid has not won a major trophy in Spain since the day Mbappé put on that white shirt. Hold on. Before you completely write this man off, I need you to hear the other side. Because here's the thing about Mbappe's story that most people are ignoring. In his debut season at Real Madrid, this man scored 48 goals and assists. He broke Di Stefano's debut season goal-scoring record, a record that had stood for 71 years. He won the Pichichi Trophy, La Liga's top scorer. He won the European Golden Boot. He scored in El Clasico finals. He scored hat tricks against Manchester City. He was the best individual player in Spain for most of the season. And yet, the team didn't win. So is Mbappé a failure? Or is he a generational talent trapped in a broken system? Because let's be honest, Vinicius underperformed. Bellingham underperformed. Ancelotti's tactics were questioned all season. The injuries were catastrophic. Carvajal, Militao, Mendy, Camavinga, all gone for huge chunks of the season. Can one man save a broken team? Maybe the real question isn't whether Mbappé failed Real Madrid. Maybe the question is, did Real Madrid fail Mbappé? And that, the story of how the most hyped signing in a decade became the world's most famous football meme. From 70,000 fans chanting his name at the Bernabeu, to being edited as a dictator on every social media platform on earth. From the player who was supposed to deliver Champions League glory, to watching his old club win it without him. Is Mbappé finished? Is he still the best player in the world? Or is this just a rough patch before he explodes back to the top? I want to know what you think. Drop it in the comments. Is Mbappé a flop at Real Madrid? Or is he a victim of circumstances? And if you're new here, welcome to the most passionate football fans on YouTube. Hit subscribe because we are just getting started. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with that one friend who still thinks Mbappé is the best player alive. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.